This is no bullshit gaming podcast, 2.5 gamers. Sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge from our day-to-day user acquisition, game design, and ad monetization jobs. We are definitely not discussing the latest industry news, but having so much fun. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously.
Hello. Welcome. Very special episode. We are only two of us, myself, Matej, and Jakub Remiar. Because we are talking about one game and one game only, which is now live in the closed beta.
Probably not live.
And the game is
to this.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Pity you can't
Not
play it.
live anymore. Yeah, not live anymore. We will have Felix next time, so we will go through all the MAU fun stuff. But today we are only here to actually talk about Squad Busters. So, Squad Busters. I played the game and it's kind of fun. But yeah, let's not get there. So, what is actually Squad Busters? Because I think the last beta there were a lot of videos, and so we couldn't very much tell like what the game is all about. But so from all the information out there, and from the actual gameplay, it's the new game from Supercell. We can end here. So it's a game that it's combining characters from all their games, including Heyday, Clash of Clans, Boom Beach, and Brawl Stars. And the game, has a couple of different modes with the premise of battling online against other players with your squad of characters. In the game, you can unlock new characters, new game worlds, spells, and a lot more. There is also a battle pass with rewards for leveling up in the game by playing and completing quests. And you're unlocking new worlds as you progress through the levels. So I'm gonna play the game while we talk. But before doing that, so I started playing the game. This is my personal player experience. I really sucked at the game from the beginning. Losing all the fucking time. Like, who would guess that? So a regular Matej would already quit, but the flamboyant Maven Matej, no. And yes, I'm talking about myself in third person. But then I heard this weird voice at the back of my head saying, like, don't quit yet. Start grinding, you little flamboyant piece of shit. You will get better, and you will get unstuck afterwards, after you upgrade all of your characters and heroes. And I swear I also heard a whisper, ads are beautiful. So if you play a game for ads, quit right away here, because there are no ads in this game.
Every time you say ads are beautiful, a Supercell Softlaunch game gets killed.
Most probably yes. Nevertheless, as the second best game designer on the podcast, sorry Felix, I didn't give up. I pushed through the pain, picked up my destroyed ego, and finally understood like what the fuck I'm supposed to do and what kind of strategy works the best. I also found out character levels are really important. So if I see very big number 3 above the other characters versus my 1, I should run for my life with the new turbo, which is also in the game. So I suppose there is an unfolding gameplay. Where did we see that? In some other games, maybe. We talked about it before. So first 30 minutes of my gameplay wasn't really a good experience. Then I actually got it. So it was a hell of a ride, and I couldn't even put my phone away for some time. And shop unlocked on level 5. There was a random chest appeared in the middle of the plaza that gave me a shit ton of resources, and the special offer that also gave me shit tons of stuff. So come on, bitches. It was a game on immediately. But thanks to the MAU conference that happened last week, I couldn't get into the new Royal World that Supercell introduced. Maybe next time, if I get the chance to play.
If it doesn't get
guys,
killed.
From Supercell. Yeah, if it doesn't get killed, but we'll see. It's still pretty early. So I think, this is second closed beta.
Last one was 3 months ago.
Second closed beta. 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is brought to you by Misplay. But I briefly want to mention them because thank you very much for the support. And Misplay is #1 loyalty app for mobile gamers and is the media source that leverages continuous rewarded engagement to drive retention and LTV for advertisers. So this time, a few facts about Misplay. So as I mentioned, #1 loyalty app for mobile gamers, top 5 entertainment app on Google Play for US, Canada, UK, and Germany, and top 10 for France and Korea. So they have 30 million lifetime installs globally on Android, and Misplay has given away over 51 million rewards to date. They also ranked as top 5 media source in a singular ROI index in 2023. So pretty good. And as I said, I used them multiple times even before they had the ROAS campaigns that leverages their powerful AI models. And that was like CPI based. And before then, it was working quite well. So now it's working even better. So check it out, misplay.com, or ping me as you started doing since they, we are talking about them on the podcast. Yeah, I received a lot of requests for intro. So thank you very much. Keep doing that. Yeah, it really works. There you go. And now I know how all these YouTubers play
You
the
mean
game.
mobile
Because,
YouTubers?
like what the fuck? Mobile, yeah, because look, it's like the guy, that guy. Like I watched one video from like very popular YouTuber. I apparently works with a lot of Supercell games, and I was like, how can you play on your PC? And I was like, well, I guess okay. So let me just level up this character before I go, because it's really important to level. Ooh.
The thing is that
Okay.
I don't think that this game was so much talked about as it deserves to be talked about, I guess, because nobody pretty much knows what it is by the first looks of it, and even the name and what it is. By the way, Supercell is currently hiring a licensing manager, so I guess this is
Yes, that's what
playing into their plan of
No, but
Clash Cinematic Universe.
Man, they announced this. What was it? A cooperation with Razer, I think.
Something like that.
Okay, so this is important. Look, so you have these 3 characters. And then you can actually re-roll the choice of, I think.
Yeah,
there's 4
let's
as well.
just watch Matej getting slaughtered in a little bit, and let's talk some
What do you
game
mean?
design stuff.
Game design stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we
So the thing is
do
that
game design stuff.
by very, very simplifying terms, this game is pretty much a very, very simplified version of Battle Royale mechanic, where you spawn into the map and then you have a choice to either attack new players, which at the beginning you probably shouldn't, or farm monsters and get
that's
better.
what I found out.
Yeah, or you found out usually the hard way.
So, yeah, you find that the hard way. But I usually try to attack the others anyway, and that's why I get killed always.
The other main theme of the game is pretty much this kind of a snowball effect that people are probably familiar with games that they have IO at the end of them, where you...
What do you mean snowball?
Snowball effect means that you're farming resources, and if you defeat an enemy player, you get his resources. Therefore, you get much bigger,
okay.
and here literally your army grows.
Well, the thing is, no, that's not true. So you get the resources, but your army doesn't grow.
But you get a
immediately.
key
So you
for a
need
chest that can be like numerous gold
That's
coins.
true. Yeah, you have a
after
key
defeating an
that's
enemy
like
player. So
yeah,
it works like that. It's just mitigated.
You're right.
Because how the game works currently is that you pick one character and you start pretty much defeating other monsters, like seems like some kind of a RPG, and then they drop gold coins, which is not even is also a soft currency, but in this sense it does, in this context it doesn't use a soft currency. It's pretty much like combat money that's being used near the chest.
You're going a little bastard
where you then select another character, and then your army grows and grows, and of course these gold coins are dropped either by monsters or chests or some special events on the map, or by defeating enemy players. And the main point is that your army grows and grows, gets stronger and stronger. The whole match only lasts for 4 minutes. This is fixed. And by those 4 minutes, people are pretty much trying to kill each other.
Now I'm getting killed.
People are trying to kill each other and pretty much farm each other's resources. The other thing you're collecting is also gems, which is pretty much a progression currency. It's not really like hard currency. The gems that we know, they also have that, but those are violet ones. This is green ones, and those are then taken. Don't know what's the conversion, but pretty much you bring those into the main menu then with you, and you get rewarded by collecting more and more of those from the game.
Yeah, you get elixirs. So if you,
you can also collect elixirs,
earn a lot, these.
So that's there, but it's like, as I said, something like a mixed PUBG or like battle royale game where you need to literally like farm resources and then be able to do PvP, and mixed with something like, let's say, whole IO or something like that, which is kind of very, very casual snowbally effect game where you.
This is definitely not casual at all. I'm trying to survive always, and the main point is to have the highest number of gems, and I usually try to survive only because I really suck. I mean, I was like a few times first and second as well, but I mean, now I made it to the new world.
What do you mean? I was watching the streamer you mentioned, and he was pretty much winning every single game.
Come on, man. That's what I say. I suck. Usually suck. So here, special loot. Okay, so I don't really understand like how should I get these hammers? I mean, it's a special loot. It looks like it's
my
random.
Guess is you picked it up randomly in the level.
Okay, but I don't know like where.
It's kind of messy during the gameplay because there's so much stuff going on. But my guess is you pick it up in the level because you can also pick up piggy banks for gold coins, additional ones, and elixirs.
Yes, but
because you have those two buildings.
Okay, but piggy banks, you need to. This is the Plaza upgrade, so you need to collect more hammers, whatever. And here. So this is the piggy bank basically. So you need to build this.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of like a meta game built into it, where you collect this kind of building currency, and then you unlock either decorations or some kind of in-game functionality. And the first two buildings that I think I saw even some people unlock those in the beta videos.
Of course, I mean I have only 8 hammers, so.
So how they work is that if you collect them, additional currency in form of upgrade material, which is the elixir, or soft currency, which is another upgrade material, can be collected in the game and then brought back to that building, which pretty much rewards you after playing the game. So just kind of more stuff.
So I was looking into some player feedback already because obviously you have Reddit, you have a Discord for Squad Busters, and you have Twitch and YouTube. And so battle modes are something new because players were complaining that the game is really repetitive and it's just the same thing all over again. So they added battle modes.
Does it remind you of something? Like a game we played in last 6 months?
Man, maybe.
Which one?
But also, which one was it?
Marvel Snap?
Well, yes, exactly. Because you have these locations that are changing almost all the time, which is okay. But I was looking into Loot Goblin Rush, which reminded me Diablo, because you have these little goblins running around, and when you kill them, they're full of gems and coins. So you have all these like different things that should change how you play, obviously. And you have spells. I mean, this is pretty amazing.
It was one of the very nice iteration throughout these two betas that they added directly because of player feedback, which was that the mode was too repetitive and like didn't pretty much bring anything.
This cannon is fucking OP, really. This is OP. Well, okay, whatever. And then what's really, I mean, as soon as you enter the desert world, you can't go back. Because here you start in this green world until you reach level 15. So you unlock different things, and obviously, if you have battle pass, then you can
by the
unlock
way,
more
their battle
things,
pass, like the reward track, is pretty much a similar one to Brawl Stars, but it's interesting that the bottom track of the reward track is battle pass, but segmented, meaning that for each consecutive world, you need to buy another battle pass. It's not like one purchase.
That's why this is here.
Yeah, exactly, because every
okay,
single world requires another purchase of that battle pass.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So this is six for the first world, and then I was wondering, like, why is it 7?
Go further.
So, okay,
if
so
there's a royal world price.
There should be, but I'm not there yet. It's unlocking at level 35, so there is. So I guess like it's gonna be what, like $8, but it doesn't make any difference because now it's still beta, so you can't
even
purchase
buy it if
anything.
you wanted.
Yeah, you can. But what it really means is they added this new royal world in this beta, which wasn't in the game before. Every world is also kind of tied to new characters as well. So you have more of this, which everybody is talking about on the whole YouTube. Like, this is the god of the all characters, and if you have this, you are fucking like invincible.
Yeah, it's pretty much a necromancer that raises minions that you killed recently. I mean
revives up to 4 busted monsters in the squad. Oh, that's perfect.
Not the big ones, just the small ones.
But you know what is really it's OP. It's a combination of, well, this is Archer Queen, so there's a combination of witch. So she is summoning skeletons as allies. And if you combine that with where is it? Where did I find the mods? I don't have one. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, what the fuck? Where are the mods?
Somewhere in the unlock section, which is not there.
I was just there. Where are you?
Quests or squad?
Where are you? Nevertheless. Here. Okay,
Battle
so if you go
left.
play game mods. So if So if you combine this with okay, I didn't see the mod yet. So there is multiple skeletons or whatever, or like swarms. So if you combine that, then you have again like all the videos about how everybody broke the game, because there are like millions of skeletons running into you. Yeah, which is, I mean, that's just perfect for creatives. I love it already.
Let's talk a little bit about the mechanics that are actually in the combat. What's really interesting is that some characters are pretty much directly tied to the environment, meaning that, if I understand, they don't even have a use in different worlds. So there's a great example with this Greg character from Heyday that is the only one that can chop down trees, meaning that...
Yeah, but the trees are here as
trees
well.
are here as well in Desert World. Yeah, but in the Royal World, they are carrots.
Yeah,
there's
also
a
like here
character from
in this
Heyday
world
that can actually use those carrots. So the question is, does it mean that there are no trees, therefore I cannot use the Greg character? This is the biggest mystery currently for me in the game, is that can you affect the lineup of characters that you take into battle other than unlocking them?
The lineup actually... Oops. Yeah, so
if you go,
I will show you.
Into the menu, can you somehow change like what characters you can take into battle or not?
So the lineup changes apparently. There's a hook. So if I go here and play, there's the lineup timer. So lineup changes apparently, and this Shelly is just I just got it from the battle pass, or well, not the battle pass, but the experience. And there's, I mean, you can reroll.
No, the reroll mechanic is good in itself, but we'll talk about it.
That's something
later.
different. No, so the lineup changes. I don't have the Greg over here, so I can't use it. I can't use him, but I have.
But you cannot affect it in any way, pretty much.
No. You can't. So I have El Primo, which I used a lot and that saved my ass in the previous world. Here in this lineup, I don't have him, and I don't have other characters as well. So you have basically 9 from like previous world, I guess, and this is
so if I get it right,
so you can use all of
the six world specific one stays the same
on the left.
and
yes,
then
you
the
can use all of
9
them.
is pretty much combined from your unlocked ones.
Yes, exactly.
And those are all there.
Pretty much.
That's interesting because this kind of breaks their whole like the deck building formula here. It's more of a like you need to upgrade pretty much everything by default. Otherwise, there's like you cannot affect what you get. And the lineup is pretty much random all the time, like every day. Really interesting is that also characters upgrade kind of. The levels are not that let's say resource demanding, so it's only 5 levels for each character and that's it. You cannot 7. Okay, unlocks the royal
7. So it was 5.
Before it was 5.
Exactly.
So now it's in the new.
Exactly. Before it was 5.
So by adding new world, they also added new levels into the characters. That's interesting.
Yeah, and also there is this fusion mechanic. So if you have 3 of El Primo, there it actually fuses into one like bigger in the game. Which look at the stats on the left.
Yeah, I know, but just
4 times more.
Yeah, this is one of the other things that like want to talk a little bit more into the detail. But for me, this is one of the, let's say, very interesting design choice in a way that like you cannot really affect the characters, like what you get in the gameplay itself. I mean, what you bring there. They added the reroll mechanic now into the new beta because it was one of the big complaints for players that a lot of games are decided by initial 3 choices characters, which you can be lucky or not lucky, and then it snowballs into you pretty much either losing or winning, which the reroll mechanic solves. So that's excellent kind of problem solving there.
Yeah, but the thing is, look. So how can you even reroll when you have when you're in the battle? It's just like you don't have time.
No, it's on the first try only. Because you can only reroll on the first spawn.
No, it's during the battle, man. It's during the battle as well.
No, I know it's doing it, but it's only on the first spawn.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what you like. First spawn of like when I'm entering the game, or
your
first spawn
choice
of
the character can be rerolled. See, you can do it. Pick one and keep the reroll.
Yeah, I can do it.
But take a chest, and you'll see you cannot have it later down the line.
Well, I pretty much rerolled it multiple times during the look. I can reroll.
You can reroll even after. Okay.
Well, I could reroll now. So, but okay. So if you are saying I can reroll only 1 time per match,
so you can reroll even multiple times.
Because now,
maybe I thought that it's.
No, it's only you're right. It's only 1. It's only once per battle.
So it's once per battle.
I can. Come here, you little motherfucker.
Yeah, because
come here,
just by like going around like what's actually there in the game. So there are chests that you pretty much pay these gold coins to get another character in there. Then the other thing, there are
seen that
blue chests.
It's in your face.
Blue chests which contain speed and boost and HP and some kind of, let's say, utility stuff. Then there are monsters that you battle through and pretty much get coins to upgrade more and more. And then there are those special, let's say, character type mechanics such as trees, carrots, or other things that are there. And of course there are spells. Spells are kind of really important. Was there spells before? I think they were there before. Yeah, they were there before.
No, I don't think so.
I think I saw them before.
Wait, they
were there before.
You know what is really disappointing? So I thought I could hide in these crops, but they are slowing
they're
down.
Just slowing down the speed. But some characters actually change that. So if you have...
I know. I think Chicken or someone else as well. Because there's this turbo thing.
No, Chicken, I think just actually, turbo. I think a character actually affects the grass. Like a specific one.
Oh yeah, it's the Hog Rider.
Yeah, I think that one. Yeah. The thing is that it's kind of very cleverly designed that these, let's call them interactables on the map, usually are affected or like interact with one specific character that you can then pick up and like makes a strategic choice. That's very good. By adding the merging mechanic, meaning that pretty much they added deck building, like it's some kind of like auto chess mechanic pretty much, where if you collect 3 of the same...
What do you mean auto chess mechanic?
Auto chess works like this, that if you collect 3 of the same, it merges into one stronger one. And you've seen that it's even though you collected 3, the HP bonus, or let's say the overall HP was the same as 4 characters would have. Therefore, the 4th character is pretty much the bonus there.
Yep. Yeah, but you are then you have another slot in your squad, basically.
What do you mean?
Because then so this scales basically the coins, you see, and as I merged, then the requirement for golds
goes
actually
down?
decreased.
If you merge.
Yes, if you merge. If you merge,
that's really good.
exactly.
Yeah, because the more characters you have, the more expensive are the chests. Therefore, it's also a comeback mechanic. If you pretty much get some of those characters killed, only if your last character is killed, you die.
Oh, give me those.
So that's kind of interesting because people can attack you, and even though you escape with one character, you can still get away with that if you are clever. But there's like the comeback mechanic. The other interesting thing is that, as said, by killing other players, you get a free key, meaning that you can skip the gold costs actually. So that's kind of very good incentive there. But honestly, like this was one of the biggest complaints during when I was watching other people playing it and like seeing the gameplay, that you don't really have that much incentive to fight other people because why would you, if you can keep the gens and you would just keep pretty much having them by continuing the game until the timer runs out. The other thing is that it's kind of hard to kill people anyway if they don't want to engage with you, because you can only deal damage if you stand, and if you move, people can literally run away from you. Like you cannot do shit.
Yeah, but then if you just push someone in the corner, then they can't escape.
But the map is pretty big. The map is pretty big, honestly. Like the only thing that I've seen that like can be really OP, as I would say, is the max character, which have the 35% movement speed bonus that stacks. So if you have multiple maxes, you're pretty much fast as a formula. So
okay, got it. Yeah, I got it. So yeah, so now we have a bonus of multiple game modes. Nice.
Yeah, the game modes thing actually I think added a lot of value into the game, because definitely just by looking at it before and after, it was much more stale. Now it's actually, there's a lot more stuff to strategize around. Otherwise, I guess it was the same build all the time. Now let's say if a heavy PvP mode comes in, you pretty much roll different characters. For instance, here you rolled a PvE mode where like golems and stuff pretty much is currently added into the game. So what you should do, you should pick the bow character, because the bow character has 115% more damage into monsters. Therefore, you can farm more gold, get stronger, blah, blah, blah. And it completely changes your tactics.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's true. That's true. But also, I also suck in the game, so that's how it is. But what I wanted to say is that, like you said, there are different, if you see different icons on each character, so you have multiple classes basically, or how should I call it? So you have the ranged, then you have medics as well, and healers that can heal you. Then you have ranged. That's what I said, I guess. So, and then you have, I guess, almost like a tank. El Primo has a lot of health.
The Barbarian King, that's the tank. He has like 2k HP in base level or something. Like,
yeah, but he's epic, so you don't have epic choice all the time. And when you start the game and you have all the common, then you're kind of I was also trying to save all the spells from the beginning, but it's like no, I need to be able to actually farm as quick as possible.
Actually, the thing is that
really bad at
most of the games that I've seen, people were like the ones that were actually trying to win all the time. They were just farming, and only after they were stronger, they pretty much were forced to go into the middle and fight some battles. But even though they sometimes they didn't even want to, like as I said, like the whole PvP-ness of the game is a little bit lacking, I would say.
Hey, look, if I had Greg, then I would be able to chop this tree.
But you don't.
And obviously, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about like what's the iterations behind it that we talked about. So before, in the previous build, one of the biggest problem was the lag factor with characters on your starter pick. That's pretty much would snowball into you either losing or you winning too much. Then the incentive to fight in gem mode hunt was lacking. I guess this one still isn't really solved. No comeback mechanics, the repetitive one mode, and no friend component. So that's like the biggest things. Let's look at what they added and how they solved the problem. So they added the reroll mechanic that we talk about, meaning that that's actually pretty much solved, and I don't see any problem with it because you immediately can get another pick of those characters. And in the first pick, it's kind of really important because your first character, his speed on how much time it will take him to kill those first initial mobs to get your gold running and get you the second character and stuff like that can be kind of either too fast or too slow. Then they added the merging mechanics, which adds, as I said, a lot of kind of strategy into it. The next one is the mods one, which solves the repetitiveness. So that's pretty much like the same thing as it works with Marvel Snap. Really nice mechanic that can be pretty much playing into live ops system where you change those different mods, add new mods as the game updates and so on and so forth. So that's great. New bosses into PvP, 6 new characters that just pretty much scale the content into the royal world. And there's a party up battle button because that was also one of the bigger complaints where people were, let's say, they wanted to play with their friends, but they couldn't. So there's a party up battle button there.
Yeah, but it's locked.
But I'm guessing it's pretty much they want us to see it because they wouldn't put it there locked.
So right now there's only this gem rush or whatever it's called, the game mode. But here you have ranked play, turn XP, and unlocked ranked mode. I have no idea like where is it actually unlocking because I don't see it in here. If I scroll to the right,
it's
you
just
have
the beta build currently.
Okay, but still, I mean, you have 119 levels. So if I scroll to the right,
the other interesting thing is if you go to the main plaza, is also that look at the statues on the top. That there are 5 slots for those, meaning that currently there are probably 5 worlds because each totem is added when you progress into one more world.
Oh, yeah.
So
and now
you can build your elixir distillery.
No, I can't. No. I can, yes. Nice.
So regarding the currencies, they have the decoration meta mechanic as we talk. So you have those hammers that you can find. Then you have the orbs, which is the unlocking resource. This is also kind of very interesting because usually in Clash Royale, or let's say Supercell games, characters are unlocked by you progressing. Here it's kind of different. It's more of everything is pretty much scripted. So you get your stuff as you progress throughout the game when your level increases, and then you can choose within, let's say, an interval or some kind of a predefined semi-random pool. So as you progress, you unlock more characters that you can unlock, and then you choose on which character you spend those orbs. For instance, here.
Well, okay, but I can only unlock the battle healer.
Because that was the only one for the orbs. But before you were able to unlock like multiple ones.
I think so. I think
the other ones are coming either from direct like events or let's say calendar based stuff that like the quest one here, and then the last one is pretty much like directly from your level. So the game assumes that you will have that character anyway as you progress. So it's all scripted.
Yeah, because
it's all scripted. Which brings me to other point. There's no gacha.
That's what I wanted to say. So that's what they changed in Brawl Stars, right?
It seems, don't know if this is some kind of a latest push in Supercell that they want to get rid of gacha mechanics, which
most probably,
let's say, most of their games are built upon the whole loot box mechanic and everything they have with the chest system, which is excellent in Clash Royale and makes so much money. My guess is that regarding the whole monetization power of this game, this will be lesser than like Clash Royale or some kind of a different gacha-based game.
Well, yes, but there was, I think, a temporary boost in terms of revenues when they removed. Oh, El Primo, there you go. Finally, El Primo.
Yeah, there was a temporary boost into revenue, but then it was pretty much the baseline was cut in half.
Yes, exactly, and also something happened. Since January,
Brawl Stars,
because Brawl Stars just dipped from 15 to 7.
So looking at the numbers, Brawl Stars pretty much was at some kind of a stable 5 to 6 million downloads per month, and then from January 2022, it seems like the marketing was turned off or like cut it a lot, and now it switched into something like 2.5-3 million a month, so pretty much halved in that, and the revenue, of course, followed downward. Pretty heavy from something like 30 million to like 10 million. And from the 10 to 11 million, it spiked to 19 within the update when players learned that this will be changing. And then, of course, there was the hangover effect. So now it's like 7 to 8 million a month. So, of course, it's like so much money. Not saying that this game is not making money or something, but it's declining. So, if we even look at the whole Supercell portfolio, currently regarding the live games, Clash of Clans is the evergreen one that is still raking something like 40 million a month, with spikes going up to 60 or even 70 from time to time.
Nice.
Brawl Stars, pretty much as said, went from something of a like 20 to 30 mil baseline into like 8 mil, 9 mil a month baseline currently. Clash Royale is pretty much at the same value somewhere there. Like in February, they went into like 9 million, and now they're like at 30 million. But of course, before they were at like 23. Then they spiked big after that, like rebalance of the economy and everything, into like 50, 30, some kind of big spikes per month. And now from December 2021, it pretty much fell a cliff from like a 60 mil spike into like 9 mil. So that's definitely into decline. Heyday is actually faring pretty well, but it was not that big anyway. So it's pretty much very, very stable and even increasing. So it was somewhere around
let's see if I die.
10 million baseline and then going into 12 million.
Oh, I die.
I die. That's great, but yeah, it won't. It's not nowhere near close to Clash Royale revenue. And then there's Boom Beach.
I can't escape, man. I can't escape. It's just like if he
and Boom Beach is currently hitting something like million a month or $1.5 million per month.
So my God, all these big characters, fuck.
So
at one point I was first.
Yeah. So not counting the Clash of Clans, pretty much the whole portfolio except Heyday for the rest of the games are in decline. So we'll see what happens. Regarding the Softlaunch games, they killed Everdale, or let's say moved it to Metacore now.
Well, killed.
Yeah, moved it to Metacore, let's say.
Exactly.
They killed Rush Wars, they killed Clash Quest, and then Clash Heroes, which was announced 2 years ago, which nobody heard anything from.
April 1st.
April 1st. Yeah, that was that like April 1st joke that 3 new Supercell games are soft launch. We haven't had anything of it. And this brings me to my other point. When I was looking at like all the videos of the game, there's pretty much like 2 or 1. It seems very, very familiar, and especially some assets seems like they were used in Squad Busters. So my secret conspiration theory is that this is a remodeled version of Clash Heroes in a way.
Clash Heroes.
Could be. Because there's nothing. Like even if you check the Twitter account of their game, like their last post is like April 2021. That's it. No other post. Nowhere. Nothing is being said about that game from that announcement.
But also like, what's this conspiracy based on? Just assets that you saw the golem?
No,
having
the
same
controls
animation.
are pretty much.
You have all
the controls are pretty much the same.
You have all the characters anyway from games.
The controls are pretty much the same. The gameplay is very, very similar from that, like just like just keep in mind that I'm just saying, two prototypes thing. So there's of course not that like the merging mechanic and this kind of whole squad buster mechanic and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
But regarding you killing monsters on the map and like small bosses and stuff like that, it really fits well. So it could be the case that they just reused it here. And like but that's that's clever use of game assets. Like don't salvage what you built before.
How you should think about. Yeah, that's how you should think about new games and say like be as efficient as possible. And how did you did you enjoy the game? You are on the Android device.
Wasn't able to play it because of course I tried like 3 different emulators. By the way, pro tip, only Nox is the only one that's capable of running on Android 12, which was introduced like 2 months ago, which is the requirement for squad busters. And then of course, even if you try with VPN, you cannot get there because it's a closed beta, not open beta. So even in those soft launch countries, which is Mexico, Spain and Canada, if you don't have the access, you cannot get there, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, you're pretty fucked. Yeah. So because so if you were looking at the announcement video, the Supercell lady said you can please share your feedback from your playtime or from watching your favorite creators play the game. So I guess
I was watching my favorite creator, second best game designer Matej,
which is playing right now.
Dying miserably all the time.
Come on, man! Like I recorded like at least 2 hours of gameplay, and it was getting a little bit better.
Yeah, the best part was that half of the videos were vertical and the other half horizontal.
No, you were supposed to just, I didn't flip it.
I was just supposed to flip my head.
Of course. No, you were supposed to download the video and then flip it on your computer because that would definitely work. And fucking just. Nevertheless, so that's how I saw a lot of different YouTubers having this hashtag supercellpartner. So I guess this is also like part of the beta program because there was this one guy talking about what actually is new in the game, and he was already on level 25, and he was like, oh well, look what we have here, this wasn't here before. I was like, come on, man, like you didn't have to progress through the game at all. Okay, now
you just underestimate how much streamers play.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are paid to play games, literally.
So I guess that brings me to the soft launch strategy or something. So you have limited countries, you have limited time to play because this is only alive for 7 days and it's second closed beta. It's closed beta, so I guess that's how it works. But then you have limited slots in that closed beta because it was open for these all 3 countries. So not everybody could play, even if you are based in Canada or Spain or Mexico. That's interesting. And then I was looking into the last 90 days of revenues of Brawl Stars because I was trying to understand like why these countries. I guess also like Canada, Mexico can look. Fuck. I can pick character that is locked. Seriously, I need to use the reroll. My God,
you could have picked the other one.
Even worse. Yes, I know. Well, nevertheless, okay. So I was looking into the countries to understand why these. So I guess servers as well in the America makes sense because of the Mexico and Canada. I don't know about Spain, but then I was looking into the revenues as well, and it was like in the last 90 days for Brawl Stars, top 9, 10, and 11 in terms of revenues, all these 3 countries. Maybe that has an effect on the decision making. I have no idea, or maybe it's because of the fan base, or maybe because of the servers, or maybe because of all of these 3
I cannot shake the feeling
combined.
that Brawl Stars has this kind of like Spanish theme, and like the whole, you have the what was his name, the wrestler, El Primo, and pretty much all these like Spanish themed characters, and the game seems kind of Spanish to me. So don't know if there's a cultural effect in those countries, but I still got the feeling that it kind of fits very well in the thematic. But yeah, it's like an outstanding character creation that they have there.
Move.
But yeah, don't know. The thing is that this is the usual Supercell formula, which is make a game that pretty much plays by itself, meaning that the players are the content, so you don't really need to like create that much content within it. And then the other thing is pick something that works and simplify it and make it enjoyable, easy to learn, hard to master. That's what they usually do.
Man, this wasn't easy to learn. If I was really a normal casual player or whatever, like normal Matej, like I mentioned, I would just drop it. Seriously,
you would drop it pretty much after 90% of the games that we review on our channel.
No, honestly, like, okay, fair enough, fair enough. But so I didn't after I actually started to enjoy the game. I didn't have this feeling for a long time. I think like since the Marvel since we discussed the Marvel Snap, I was like, okay, well, I have like a few minutes of time. What should I do? Oh well, let's play. Fuck, die, motherfucker, die.
Yeah, because I don't think so. This could be classified as something as hybrid casual because it's not really that hybrid casual if you compare it to something like Survivor IO, for instance.
But there is unfolding gameplay.
Not that,
isn't it?
Not that
I mean,
really.
Tell me, how you would classify it? Like unlocking all the different. Oh well, it's true. Maybe there would be a different mode unlocked at some point in
that would be
like I guess
gameplay.
Throughout the. Yeah. Okay. Unfolding. Okay. But there will be for sure. You have new worlds, but it's just not like regular progression.
That's the same. That's just different content, but same content. I mean, like,
yeah, okay.
It's within the same structure. Yeah. Like, what I would imagine is that what Survivor IO has, that like hobby formula, is that move few levels and there's this like event gold special level that you need to grind. There's idle mechanic. There's this mechanic. There's trials mechanic, and all is pretty much like the gameplay in different context. Here is pretty much the same gameplay, but the flavor of those contexts change. But it's the same. So
yeah, it's true. Okay, but think about it. I was reading the player feedback, and like some of them were just complaining, and then like, man, this is closed beta. This is
of course.
Just be happy you can actually feedback to the developers. Like seriously, like you can't really expect this is going to be perfect. And also, like, this is 1 week of gameplay, and you basically, if you wanna, third place with this level of gems, okay, whatever. You can't expect this is gonna be the same experience as if it was open beta, and also final product, because you basically need to grind your way through the day 1 until day 7, because you just want to play it as much as you can, because you won't be able to play it afterwards. That's it. So it's like, come on. It's different logic.
It's a very nice kind of a lesson for anyone that's pretty much trying to iterate and design games here, to look what did they change within the scope of these 2 beta rounds, where you can see like clear problems in the first one and clear solutions for those problems in the second one, like the reroll mechanic that solved the problem of snowballing in the first place, then the merging mechanic, which again adds more depth to the deck building of those players, and then what did they add? The modes. Modes is, I would say, the most important one here,
because Plaza that's actually
makes the gameplay much more fun and strategic in a way that every single game feels different, rather than before it was more of a like, let me build my meta build and that works all the time, which is not the case anymore by adding those modes, which completely shifts the gameplay sometimes. So it's like I would say that's really good, and kudos to Supercell for doing these kind of nice upgrades. I would say all are going the right direction, but I still have few problems here with the whole PvP aspect of it. As I said, it's not that PvP driven as it should be, but maybe that is just because of the gem collecting mechanic. That's like
claim gem reward. So I just received this,
and the other thing is that the progression of the game feels very scripted to me. Like there's not that much. Of course, there's spend depth, because by unlocking the characters and even increasing their levels, it's not unlocking the upgrades that the levels unlock. It just lets you upgrade the unlocks through gold. So you still need the soft currency to upgrade the like level 5 primo, whatever you unlock there.
Yeah, you need to grind your ass off, honestly.
Yeah, but grinding your ass off and using a gacha are two different things here.
Yeah,
I don't think so if the spend that will be that big, or let's say the conversion will be that big as we see with usual gacha games. Like gachas were great. Like we just saw it in Honkai. Honkai has like what 150 million plus in the first month. So yeah.
So it can work. But the thing is, like, what would you monetize here in that case? I mean, no gacha.
Yeah,
so...
that's the thing, that you cannot really monetize that much stuff because it's built like that. Like it's all streamlined. Everybody needs to have the same. Like what would happen? Like you would be having El Primo and nobody else would be having El Primo. Let's say few players only. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, but then like the question is like, what would you monetize? Like, what in this stage? Like what can cosmetics? Seriously?
Yeah, that's the whole problem with PvP. You cannot really monetize that much because how it works in Supercell games, it means that it's very fair. So let's say Clash Royale. So what they're monetizing is again the same principle here, where you're increasing the damage and health of your characters, and you can use money to increase it more. But what happens is that the matchmaking matches you with other players that are on the same level anyway. Therefore, even though you were able to beat them few matches, where until your elo rating or like the matchmaking rating catches up, you're back at the same point. So you can spend more and progress further, but the same situation happens again.
So the thing is like he has way
this is just skill difference because somebody is doing miserable picks here.
Maybe yes, maybe no. Of course. But the thing is, like, they all already have like 4, 5, level 5, which I really don't have. So you could then
but the level of those characters would change because your El Primo, if it's upgraded, would be much more, let's say, have much more higher health than his El Primo.
Yeah,
let's just say that. So, but it's still within that kind of a skill level difference. I don't think so. It should match that much, Like, of course, if you just spend, I don't know, $100-$200 currently on the game, if you could, and upgrade all the characters to their max level, probably you would immediately, win every single game and progress further.
Yeah, that's true.
But as I said, like the matchmaking will catch up anyway, and you just move further down the reward track. That's it. So
okay, but then like more resources. You like my player experience improved so much when I actually got all these resources and then was able to level up the characters, because then I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like it was really not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, like the gameplay changes a little bit. You unlock few abilities when they level up. There's like star rating boosts and stuff like that, so they get much more stronger than they got before. But keep in mind that everybody else beside you is leveling in the same speed, because that's the power of matchmaking. So, and of course, there's a lot of bots in the game still.
Yeah, could be. Oh, come here. But so what I wanted to say with this weird closed beta. It's not weird. It's just, I guess, like we experienced the same thing when we played Diablo 4 throughout those 2 weekends.
Yeah, right? You cannot really judge a game if it's just first initial levels and make judgments upon those.
No, but the Supercell is doing a great job in terms of listening to the feedback, because Diablo didn't do that great job with
they
balancing
pretty much everything.
Yeah, it wasn't fun anymore. So
yeah, that was the biggest complaint. It's not fun. Necromancer is not fun anymore. They had to hotfix it during the beta itself.
Yeah, you hotfix some balancing you did before. So, okay, what can you do? Come here. How long are you talking? Because I don't even see you. honestly.
Yeah, it's so addictive. I know. Around 53
Oh,
mark
here's the hammer.
currently.
Oh, nice. Okay, I see the hammer now. Okay, fine. So it just spawns
So
randomly.
what's the let's do player rating and game designer rating and then global launch prediction.
Okay. So player rating, I would say at this stage, getting into consideration that I really suck. It's still like 8 out of 10.
So Matej drops it in 10 minutes instead of 2.
Exactly, which is already like pretty good. No, like jokes aside. So I really had to get into it. And when I got into it, it's amazing. It's really addictive. I can't put it down. It's I just want to play it all over again because I just want to progress in the levels. I just want to kick other asses as well, and then see like what's here basically. But I don't have enough time to actually do that. Oh, here's the elixir. Oh, okay. So there was one elixir here, but then it kind of I did a lot of others. Well, not others.
Yeah, this is also kind of interesting because you again can select which character to level up if you have the free elixir, but throughout the game you have a lot of times where the game actually gives you a specific elixir for a character that it decides that you need to level up. So again, it's kind of on rails scripted experience.
Also, you have here this random chest that appears. So first, I think it appeared after like 8 hours, but now when I claimed it in the morning,
but is there anything random? It's just resources, like an idle mechanic.
No, I got what I got. I think 1 sec. I think I got yeah, I guess elixir, gold, and gems. Yeah. That's it. You're right.
Just resources. There's no.
Yeah, but still. I thought no. I thought it's gonna be like every 8 hours, but then it's actually 12. So I don't know now if it scales with the level or if it's just like 12 since the beginning. Nevertheless,
I guess the resources scale, the timer doesn't.
Okay. So I guess it was like 12 hours since the beginning, but I didn't see it because I already claimed it. Okay. So it's every 12 hours. So player experience, 8 out of 10. Honestly, like if we have to judge, like if this is going to be global launched, honestly, I mean, I have no idea. Most probably, I feel adventurous. I would say yes. Okay. But now on the scale of 10, on the scale of 10, 7. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, okay.
Yeah, being global launched.
Game
obviously
design
not in this stage.
Yeah. Game design wise, I think it's really great. Again, outstanding iteration between those two betas and solving like the main problems there. The gameplay is fun. The mechanic is interesting, and like the whole dynamic and everything. It's again built with that Supercell mobile first, mind that everything's so smooth, polished, and well executed. I would say something like 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Ooh, definitely.
Nice.
But the thing is that we're back at this like Marvel Snap territory where the game's really good, but I'm just afraid it won't monetize that well. Same as Marvel, where it's kind of too much player friendly, I would say, or not even maybe too much player friendly, but it's just kind of very lightweight on monetization. Like definitely it probably assures that you will buy those like progression tracks that are the battle passes there, or like reward tracks passes, or however we call them. But that's not that big spend depth that we're used to when you compare it to something like Clash of Clans or Clash Royale, where you have those armies and units that you need to upgrade on an exponential curve. So my guess is that maybe we'll see another iteration with a different meta progression, or this, or maybe Supercell feels adventurous.
No,
maybe
I think there will be
Supercell
seasons.
Feel adventurous, and they will need to release the game finally because they're getting everything killed.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Marvel Snap, there's always a huge spike when the season changes, and I don't see that like
declines throughout the seasons and is declining still.
Okay, but still, the game makes like $700,000 per day. Like, how is that not a lot of money?
Not anymore. not
okay, not anymore. But there were spikes like where the game made like more, like
of
few
course,
millions.
Like spikes were there, but it's declining and it's very steadily declining.
Sure. But I think if Supercell launched the game with the revenue as Marvel Snap, but they would be okay. Which I think they how much money they made like since the beginning.
Keep in mind that their benchmark
millions?
is like 1 billion a year.
True. Okay. True.
Or let's say 1 billion lifetime. Don't know if it's lifetime or by year, but they have very, very high aspirations. So
okay. Well, what we will continue doing is playing throughout the iterations if we get the chance. I hope we will, and then we can talk more about it. And then when the game is in soft launch, which I suppose it's gonna be, because it's already it's fun, and I think it should be soft launch. It deserves the chance. If I can play it more than 10 minutes, definitely deserves the chance.
Yeah, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it because again, it's very, very good lesson in learning what happens and what has happened and what was iterated, what was not, and what worked and what did not work. And market will decide as usual if they let it even to go global launch. So let's see.
Yeah. Right. Let me just. Where is it? Here. I can see you again. Anything else we wanna add? Actually,
no, I think that's it then.
That's it. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time. Definitely continue subscribing and please share your feedback in the meantime. Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.